Hello everyone and welcome to the Kiki London YouTube channel. My name is Amanda and in today's video we are going to be doing a layered sculpted gel design, so I really hope you all enjoy watching. For today's video, I am going to be working on my own nail. So we're going to jump straight in with cleansing and prepping the natural nail plate. So I'm using one of the Kiki London alcohol wipes to cleanse and sanitize the natural nail. So I'm going to give it a really good rub and make sure the entire nail plate is nice and clean. And then we're going to jump in to using the new KNS tools to prep. So I'm going to start off by using the Helsinki Cuticle Tool, and I really love the flat end on this one. I think I've said it in previous videos, but I really love how well this scrapes off the excess cuticle from the nail plate. So I really love, as you can see here, I'm just very gently running this over the nail plate and it pushes off any of that excess hard overgrown cuticle. I tend to get this a lot up my sidewalls more than down at the very lower end of the cuticle area. So I quite like this one for really getting down into those sidewalls, and I love that it's got the angled end on it as well, so you can go in along the edges with that angled end and it really scrapes up anything that's there on that natural nail plate. Then I'm going to switch to the Vienna Cuticle Tool. Now this one is predominantly, you can use this tool for removal because it's got this scooped end, which is great for when you're doing a removal and you're scraping off that excess product that you've broken down. But I really love it for pushing back the cuticles as well, so it's quite a multi-tool. Then we're going to switch over to our cuticle nippers. So here we have the Milan cuticle nippers, and I'm using these to nip off any of that excess cuticle that we're not able to push back. So any of the hardened dead skin around that cuticle area that you need to nip away. And what I do with this is I use one end of it, I'm pushing that up against the living tissue kind of thing and pushing that out of the way, and then I'm closing it around any dried on dead bits of skin that I want to nip off. Then once I finish that, I'm going to switch back to the Vienna tool just to push everything back and make sure that we're pushing all that tissue back out of the way and we're exposing as much of that nail plate ready to work on. Now for this design, I'm going to just apply a nail tip. A lot of the time, if I'm doing a full set on myself, I do tend to sculpt, but I find sculpting a little tricky to do on video because I am a bit of a faffer when it comes to applying the sculpting forms. So for ease in the videos, a lot of the time I will use tips, but if you'd like to see some more videos with sculpting forms, do let me know and I will try and include some more on the channel. So once I've got my tip glued down, I'm going to take the Berlin nail cutters and trim down the length of the tip, as just a little too long for me. I wouldn't tend to wear my nails this long. The length I've left it is actually a bit longer than what I tend to go with, but the great thing about the sculpting gel is brilliant for creating those extra long nail extensions. So then we're going to move on to filing this tip into shape a little bit more. So just bringing in the edges so they run straight with my natural nail plate and just neatening up the tip of the nail as well. Then what I'm doing here is just trying to point out that I'm switching to the 180 grit side of my file and I'm going to blend the nail tip in. So when you apply your nail tip to your nail plate, it's going to be slightly thicker, it's going to be slightly raised to your natural nail plate. So we're just thinning that area out where the tip meets the natural nail plate. And you're doing this very careful. You want to make sure that you're not hitting the nail plate and filing into the nail plate. Then once I have blended that in a little bit, just by focusing my file on that area where the tip meets the nail plate, I'm then going to come over the entire nail to remove the shine from that nail tip, because gel doesn't like to adhere to a shiny surface. So you want to make sure that you're removing that shine. If you don't want to do this with your file, you can also do this step with your buffer. I do just find it a little bit quicker with the file. Then using the very corner of the 180 grit side of the file, I'm going to remove the shine from the natural nail plate and very gently etch the natural nail plate. So we're just going in little circular motions very quickly over the nail. You don't want to be going over the same area too often, so that's why it does only take a few seconds. You just want to give your nail plate kind of like a gentle scratch just to remove that shine so that the gel has something to really cling onto. And then re-wiped my nail with some alcohol to cleanse away all of that excess dust and make sure our nail plate is dehydrated, ready to come in with the Kiki London primer. When it comes to applying your primer, you do only need to apply this to the natural nail. This is going to prime the nail ready for our base coat. Talking of base coat, in today's video, I'm going to be using RB14 from the rubber color base system. I really love this color if you want a really nice natural look. Now, obviously we're using it underneath the sculpting gel and we're doing a sort of coloured design anyway, or a nude design, so we're not actually going to see any of this base colour, but this is really nice if you was wearing it on its own for a really nice natural look. But because it's got a hint of colour to it, it is going to help cover up any blemishes that you might have on the natural nail plate. I love pairing this with the natural cover sculpting gel because it's got a very similar tone to it. So I'm going to apply a thin coat of this to the entire nail, including going over the tip, and I'm going to pop this in to cure for 30 seconds. Then we're going to move on to our sculpted layer. So I'm going to be using natural cover, as I mentioned, from the Kiki London Sculpting Gel range. I really love working with this gel. The consistency is just absolutely beautiful. It's not too thin that you've got to chase it around the nail, but then it's not too thick that you've got to put loads of effort in to get it to where you want it to go. So I'm taking the Kiki London polygel brush and picking up a small bead of this gel, because for this look I just want to begin by covering that natural nail bed area. I'm going to be doing a glitter fade with some flakes down at the tip end, and then we're going to finish the layered look with some foils. But what I want to begin with doing is covering up that natural nail bed area. So this is going to cover up the white part of your free edge, and it's going to cover up any blemishes that you've got on the natural nail and give it a really nice natural nudie pink look. So I'm starting off with my ball of gel, placing it down ever so slightly away from the cuticle area, and then using a rolling and kind of like a bouncing technique, I'm taking it from side to side. So I applied slightly away from the cuticle and then push up towards the cuticle area, and then I'm doing the same with the side walls. We've placed that ball of gel down in the middle of the nail, and then we're pushing it towards the side walls. This way you've got a lot more control over where the product's going, and you're not going to worry about hitting the skin or the cuticles. Then, because I don't want to build up this now with this color because of the layered look that we're going for, I'm just going to blend this down towards the tip of the nail, just because you're not going to see this color at the tip because we're going to be covering it up with glitter. So I'm just fading it out so we've got our color down in our nail bed area, a little bit of thickness being built up so that we've got a nice even cover over that nail bed area. Then we're just thinning it out so that we've got a nice base for our glitter to go on top of. Here I've just grabbed 3 iridescent glitters from my kit. I've had these in my kit for absolute years. They seem to just last forever. But I've got a fine glitter. So I've placed down a layer of the Hema-free base coat just so that we've got something for these glitters to stick into, and we can move them around without it dragging too much on that tacky layer that's left behind from the sculpting gel. Then taking the Kiki London round brush, I'm going to start off by dipping into the finer glitter first and then layering it up with the thicker glitters. So we're going in to that finer glitter, and I want to just have a thin coverage of this over the entire nail. So we've got some nice iridescent sparkles, blending that back so that it fades into the sculpting gel. Then over the top of that, I'm going to come in with these thin flakes. So again, they've all got an iridescent look, but these flakes are quite thin in consistency. You can kind of scrub these in to get that chrome effect as well. And then over the top of that layer, I'm going in with these more thicker shard flakes, and then we're just sticking them down just so that we're covering all of that now but getting a really dimensional iridescent look. At the moment it won't pop, but once you have encapsulated and top coated, these iridescent flakes catch the light beautifully. So I'm just taking my round nail art brush and pushing these down. I don't want to cover up all of those finer glitters, but I love how the chunky glitters layered over the top look. You want to make sure that there's none overhanging off the edges of your nails so that we can encapsulate everything in fully. And then I decided I wanted to add a pop of pink to these as well. So I'm going to take the Kiki London Platinum Flakes, and just using that same brush, I'm going to just pick up a few tiny pieces here and there and start pressing this in around those larger chunkier flakes just to give us that pop of color. And same as before, you want to keep everything on the nail so that when we come in and encapsulate, everything is sealed in. You also want to make sure everything's lying nice and flat as well. So you'll find that with some of the chunkier glitters, glitters like the iridescent shard flakes that I used, they do tend to stick up a little bit. So what I'll do is once I've got everything placed down on the nail and I'm happy with how everything is, I'll take the dotting tool, the Kiki London dotting tool, and I'll use the dotting tool end just to press everything down into that layer of base coat that we applied to the nail to make sure that nothing's sticking up and everything's lying nice and flat. We're then going to pop that in to cure for 30 seconds, and I then decided to come over with another layer of base coat. Now I did this just to make sure everything is stuck down nicely, because the sculpting gel is a thicker consistency, so anything that's not stuck down, it will kind of drag when you're encapsulating. So by putting that layer of base coat down, it's going to just stick everything down good and proper and ready to come in and encapsulate. Talking of encapsulating, of course, we're going to use the crystal clear sculpting gel. The clarity in this gel is absolutely amazing, but for a clear product, it's so easy to work with. Sometimes I can find that clear gels can be that little bit harder to work with compared to colored gels because they haven't got the pigment in them, so they tend to be a little bit more runny, but this one is just absolutely beautiful to work with. If you are new to starting out with the sculpting gels, I would recommend the natural cover or the powder blush because they're that little bit easier to work with, and then you can move on to working with the crystal clear. But you can see it maneuvers absolutely beautifully. So I've picked up quite a large ball of gel, placed it down at that cuticle area, and I'm just walking it from side to side until we get to the tip of the nail, making sure that I'm covering everything. And here at this point, when you're encapsulating, that's when you want to start thinking about building up your apex. So that's why I place my product down in that back third, because we're leaving a lot of that product there to create that apex, the strength and structure down in the lower third of the nail. And then I'm just gently walking it down to the tip to fully encapsulate all of those glitters that we applied to the nail. And then it did look a little bit thin down at the tip end, so I just come in with another ball of gel just to make sure that we've got enough thickness there that we're not going to have any snapping or any breakages, but also to make sure all of those glitters are fully encapsulated in, so when you file, you're not going to file anything off. Once I'm happy with the application, I'm just running my brush down the side just to make sure I have got enough product pulled to the side, and then I'll hold the nail upside down for a few seconds to help speed up everything self-leveling before popping it into cure. This also helps pull your product into that center part of the nail, so you're creating a nice spine to the nail as well. After curing, I do want to come in and file just to really contour that nail, get rid of any unevenness, any bumps that might be there, and then also sharpen up our shape. So you do need to wipe away the tacky inhibition layer before you come in and file. And then I'm starting off with my file. I start off with my 100 grit, neaten up the sidewalls and the free edge, and then I come down one side of the nail, across and over that apex, and then up the other side of the nail. I avoid going too close to the cuticle area with the 100 grit side of the file. So here you'll see I switch to the 180 grit side and come around that cuticle area just to make sure everything's nice and contoured and that we haven't got a huge ridge where that gel starts and the cuticle ends. We're kind of just blending it in, and you can do this very quickly with only a few strokes of your file because this product does file very, very easily, so you don't have to spend a long time filing, which is amazing. Once I have a finished filing, I'm going to come in and buff. So I'm taking the Kiki London buffer for this and just going over the entire nail, once with the 100 grit side and then again with the 180 grit side. You don't want to buff too much if you are going to be coming in with another gel product on top, because you don't want to apply your gel to a shiny surface. If you keep buffing, you're going to end up with kind of like a semi-matte look, but there's going to be a shine to the nail, which then your gel will struggle to stick to. So I've just lightly buffed, and then I want to add some foils to this look. So I'm going to take my Kiki London foil gel and apply a thin coat of this to the entire nail, popping this in to cure for 30 seconds. And then I have the Floral mix foils. I love these foils. If you watch the Kiki London channel regular, you'll see that I reach for these loads through spring, summer and autumn. I love that you have an array of colours available to you in the one box. So I'm going to pick out some of these purple ones, and I've got the Amsterdam cuticle scissors here, and I'm going to cut out two of the florals from this sheet. And then what we're going to do is stick this down into our cured foil gel. So I'm going to line up where I want this first flower to go, and I want them both to be coming off the edge of the nail. I don't want to cover up too much of that glitter, but I love that pop of color over the top of the glitter background. So we're really pressing that foil down onto the tacky foil gel, making sure that it's made really good contact with the nail. Then I'm going to come in with my Kiki London silicone tool, really rub that image to make sure that it has fully stuck down to the foil gel. Give it another little press, making sure that we're happy with how it's down on the nail, and then we're going to peel that off. And I do just run it back down, so I peel off slowly so that I can then place it back down and touch up any areas where it might not have fully covered. And again, it's just same here. There was a little tiny corner of that flower that didn't quite press down, so we just went back in. Then what I'm going to do is come in right at the corner of the nail with the second flower. So same again, pressing that down into our cured foil gel, making sure with my thumb first of all that it's got really good contact with the nail, giving it a good press. I find a lot of the time when you're placing down individual foils like this rather than a full cover one, to do a combination of pressing and rubbing. So I'm coming in, pressing with my thumb and finger, and then I will either rub with the silicone tool or my thumb and finger as well, and then peel off the backing paper. Finally, to seal in those foils and give our nail the beautiful shine that the crystal top coat gives, we're going to come in and top coat. Now I'm really loving the new crystal top coat. It has a beautiful consistency. It's not too thick, so it's not as thick as say a rubber top coat. However, it's not as thin as the regular top coat, so I find it great for sealing in any kind of nail art. So I'm just going to come and apply a thin coat of this to the entire nail, and we're then going to pop this in to cure for 60 seconds. And I really loved how this turned out. When I first got into nails, my favorite thing to do was looks like this with acrylic, so I'm loving being able to recreate those designs but with the sculpting gel, as I do feel as though gel dominates the nail market at the moment. Of course, we do need to finish the design off with a little bit of cuticle oil. So I've taken the fresh rose cuticle oil and I'm just going to really give that a good rub in, wipe off the excess, and this is the finished result. So I really love how you've got that glittery, flaky base, and then you've got the beautiful foils popping on the top. And what I love about these designs is when you look at the nail from underneath, you've still got that beautiful iridescent effect from the shards as well. So I really hope you all enjoyed watching. If you did, then please do hit the thumbs up, leave us a comment below, and hit that subscription button if you haven't already. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. As always, all the products I've used will be listed in the description box below, so do check that out. Once again, thank you all so much for watching. Lots of love. Take care. Bye bye.